Caitlin Clark joined Sunday Night Basketball for 2 NBA games. Caitlin Clark is headed to the NBA, at least for a couple of nights. NBC announced Tuesday that Clark, the Indiana Fever star with an enormous following within the game, is joining the network's pregame coverage for its debut of Sunday Night Basketball.
Right when everyone assumed the Caitlin Clark wave was settling down, right when people figured she'd vanish until WNBA season kicked back up, NBC just delivered the most explosive announcement that's got the entire sporting universe buzzing. What's happening today is we're diving deep into confirmed information, not gossip or wishful thinking. This is about a power move that plants Caitlin Clark directly at the heart of America's premier sports entertainment. We're talking NBA territory here. Caitlin Clark is making the jump to NBA coverage, and before you ask, no, she's not suiting up, but she's becoming the headline attraction for NBC's ambitious revival of basketball night in America. This development is absolutely massive. Consider what's happening here strategically. NBC secured NBA broadcasting rights after being away for decades. They've got the nostalgia factor, they've got the legendary Round Ball Rock soundtrack, but there was still a missing piece. They needed that lightning bolt, that contemporary superstar who could connect the Michael Jordan generation with today's social media savvy viewers. So who gets the call? Not LeBron, not Stephen Curry. Instead, they went straight to the 22-year-old sensation from Iowa who completely transformed how people view women's basketball.
Madison Square Garden. The debut. They picked her to kick it off. Not, yeah, it'll do a couple weeks and then you'll come in. No. We need you to launch this thing, dude. We need you to kick this off. See?
Now here's where this gets really interesting because the specifics are mind-blowing. Caitlin's television debut happens February 1st, right before the Lakers take on the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. You seriously cannot script a more perfect scenario. The most legendary basketball venue in existence, LeBron James in action, the New York spotlight, and Caitlin Clark providing commentary. This is next-level marketing genius. Her co-hosts read like a Basketball Hall of Fame roster. Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady will be sharing that desk with her. 3 absolute legends, 3 of the most gifted offensive players basketball has ever seen, and right alongside them sits Caitlin Clark, breaking down plays, offering insights, and showcasing her basketball intelligence to millions of viewers nationwide. So what's NBC's real motivation here? Let's cut through the pleasantries. This isn't about being charitable or progressive. This is pure business, because she's a viewership magnet like nothing they've seen before. Think back to her college finale when NBC locked that record-setting game behind their Peacock paywall. Subscribers flooded in just to watch her play. They've witnessed the Caitlin Clark phenomenon firsthand, and now they're leveraging that same magnetic appeal to jumpstart their most expensive and crucial sports investment. When you're using someone's star power to launch your flagship sports programming, that reveals everything about their current position in the sports world. She's transcended being just another WNBA athlete and become a worldwide entertainment brand.
One tease about what might be coming during Clark's debut appearance. We're hoping to have Caitlin with a basketball in her hand. That's not a tease. That's not a tease. Not teasing the shoe, right? Not teasing.
And speaking of...
But there's something even more calculated about this whole situation. Check out those specific dates again. February 1st, followed by March 29th when she returns for the Knicks versus Thunder matchup. Every single date was chosen deliberately. February positions her right before NBA All-Star festivities kick in, while March keeps her visible just as WNBA season preparations should be, heating up. This strategy maintains her public presence, sustains her relevance, and keeps the Indiana Fever brand buzzing throughout the entire offseason. We also can't dance around the massive question mark hanging over everything: the potential WNBA work stoppage. Industry insiders keep hinting that season delays are looking more likely, and if that happens, this NBC arrangement could become much bigger. Picture Caitlin becoming a permanent Sunday night fixture, essentially transforming into television basketball's primary face, while contract negotiations continue dragging on. For her personal brand, it's absolutely brilliant contingency planning and guaranteed visibility insurance. Try to picture what those studio conversations will look like. Vince Carter revolutionized dunking. Tracy McGrady had the smoothest scoring touch imaginable. Carmelo perfected mid-range artistry. And then there's Caitlin, the undisputed master of deep-range three-point shooting. Their discussions about offensive strategy, court spacing, and defensive reads are going to be basketball paradise. The viral moments are already writing themselves. Imagine Caitlin picking Carmelo's brain about footwork fundamentals, or Vince asking her about extending shooting range. It's appointment television waiting to happen, and beyond just the tactical analysis, watching these NBA icons treat her as their intellectual equal will do incredible things for women's basketball perception overall. Producer Sam Flood dropped this tantalizing hint that really caught everyone's attention. He mentioned hoping to see Caitlin actually handling a basketball during broadcasts. Now, what exactly does that mean? Could we see shooting competitions if other legends like Reggie Miller make appearances? Will she demonstrate her shooting mechanics live on air? Or here's the theory that's got social media absolutely losing its mind. Could this be where Nike finally reveals her signature shoe? They've been mysteriously quiet about the release timeline. And what stage could be more perfect for unveiling the year's most anticipated athletic shoe than national television at Madison Square Garden, with millions watching? That would be marketing brilliance on an unprecedented scale. Some skeptics are already complaining that she lacks experience or maturity for this role. But let's examine her actual track record. She's been performing under camera pressure her entire career. Her Final Four alternate broadcast performance was genuinely outstanding, showing natural timing, humor, and deep insights. She jumped into the Yankees broadcast booth and completely held her own with seasoned professional. She thrives under spotlight pressure, and honestly, her basketball intelligence is absolutely exceptional. She processes the game uniquely, spotting angles and passing opportunities that escape most observers. Bringing that fresh perspective to NBA analysis is exactly the innovation NBC needs to separate itself from the sometimes stale commentary we get elsewhere. This decision also strengthens the relationship between NBA and WNBA organization. For too long, they've operated like completely different sports, but having the WNBA's biggest star analyzing NBA action creates meaningful connections. It sends a clear message to NBA audiences that if you value her insights, you should respect her actual playing ability too. It's cross-promotional marketing executed perfectly, and both leagues will benefit tremendously. WNBA viewership has already exploded beyond expectations, but this kind of exposure to casual NBA fans on Sunday nights could launch it into completely new territory when games eventually resume. The business implications for Caitlin personally are fascinating too. She already has deals with Infinity Sports and Entertainment, which operates under Comcast ownership, NBC's parent company, so this partnership was probably inevitable. But seeing it happen this quickly shows impressive execution. She's maximizing her income potential, developing her post-playing media credentials at just 22 years old, and establishing herself as a legitimate media personality. Most athletes wait until retirement to begin this career transition, but Caitlin is building this foundation during her absolute prime, while she's arguably America's most recognizable athlete right now. That demonstrates business intelligence we rarely witness from active players. So what should we expect come February 1st? High-energy analysis, sophisticated basketball discussion, and NBC showcasing her as their centerpiece attraction, not some background contributor. They're positioning her prominently, probably breaking down Lakers' offensive sets, potentially critiquing LeBron's court vision, or analyzing Jalen Brunson's movement pattern. Hearing her perspective on today's NBA superstars will be captivating, because her playing style mirrors the contemporary NBA perfectly. High-volume three-point shooting, up-tempo pace, spread offensive concepts. She's ideally suited to analyze this current basketball era. There's also the freshness factor to consider. NBA pregame programming can feel repetitive sometimes, with former players constantly referencing their glory days. Caitlin injects youthful energy and contemporary relevance. She connects with younger demographics naturally, and having her on the panel instantly modernizes the entire broadcast feel. NBC understands they're competing for Generation Z attention spans, and Caitlin Clark might be the ultimate strategy for capturing that audience. This whole situation creates universal benefits. NBC lands sports' hottest commodity, the NBA gains fresh audience exposure, and both Caitlin Clark and the WNBA expand their reach to enormous new viewership number. February 1st is shaping up as genuinely historic television, and something tells me this represents just the opening chapter of Caitlin Clark's complete sports media domination.